Hi, I'm Cory.
I'm Honey.
And we are exploring this life on YouTube. Um, so just to get started, because we don't have this all lined out, um, let's kind of just talk about the plans for the videos. Where do you want to start? Where do you want to go?
Well,
Don't talk about future, but let's just talk about
now
the plans for now. What are we going to do?
we are going to be hitting a lot of old mining sites in Nevada. I love rock hounding, and the history of Nevada is pretty fascinating in that, you'd have these huge cities set up during a mining boom with thousands of people, and then all of a sudden the mine would dry up and the cities would completely dissolve and there'd be nothing left. So we like going out to these sites that have old foundations and trash piles and different rocks that you can gather and take home for yourself. And that's kind of how we got started with the idea of wanting to do this. We both like to travel, see new things, so we thought, we've been sharing little bits on Facebook with our personal friends, the little lizards we might find or old cars we might find out in the desert, but thought that maybe other people would like to see this as well.
Yeah, and I think that what's important to know is that as we're starting this out with the stuff that we have on hand. Right now we're using Honey's cell phone. Of course, I've got a cell phone as well. We're waiting on a GoPro to come in. It should be here sometime today. We've got another GoPro that I ordered yesterday. I've got an old waterproof camera that we bought for playing in our pool probably 10 years ago. And we took it out on a trip with us yesterday. We're going to be working on that video today.
So it will be very rough footage.
Yeah, it's not going to be edited very well. The camera didn't stabilize the image as well as I thought it should. And it's kind of herky-jerky as it moves around. But we did get some pictures, and we're going to kind of put everything together and try and make it flow. We need to learn a lot about YouTube. So we don't know anything really about editing or making thumbnails or how YouTube works. So
bear with us.
Yes, it's going to be a ride.
Because you will be exploring our life as we are exploring as well.
Yeah, things will improve. I plan to buy a total of probably 4 or 5 GoPro cameras, GoPro type action cameras, not necessarily GoPros. And as we move through this is going to kind of be the focus for us right now.
Because along with the history of this area, we also do a lot of like homesteading projects, like Cory brews beer. I make a lot of herbal products, whether it be bath products or edibles, as in food and teas, edibles. So when we go out, like I harvest pine nuts or different plant life that we might find. So we're going to incorporate all of that into it because, we just like to...
I think it just makes sense to share the information.
Right.
To maybe help you and us sustain this life.
Right, exactly.
Because
it was this quarantine that got us thinking about...
Yeah, we've had a lot of time to sit and think.
And I had, right before lockdown, I had gone out with a friend to the Pine Nut Mountains, kind of scouting where we would get pine nuts in the fall. And we did find some, this was back in early March, still on the trees, which it's not pine nut harvesting season. But I really got to thinking then, and had been for a while, that we really do need to be more sustainable in our own small communities locally. But it can also be fun, and a lot of the life that's in our high desert here, most people don't know about in other parts of even the United States. So I like seeing other people's pictures from where they live and the different kind of, animal and plant life And I know our friends have enjoyed seeing the different things that we have here that can't be seen other places. So
yeah, living in the desert is very different, because if you live in a big city, you can go like to a museum and enjoy a day there. Whereas for us,
we have to drive.
We
quite
have
a
to
bit.
drive, and we do a lot of driving. In the last 2 weeks,
We've gone out once a week to, you know, desert trails with nobody around for the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3
and
weeks. Yeah.
we usually drive for about an hour and a half to get to the places we've been. I'm going through a Nevada rock hounding book and just trying to hit each site to see what I can find, and that's how we've been doing it the last couple weeks. But nobody's out there for miles. We can drive an hour and a half out and be completely alone for miles around us with nobody, you know, no cars going by on the trails that we're on or anything. So it's been an interesting quarantine. For us, it has not been bad, and I know that a lot of people can't say that, but we're kind of solitary creatures anyway. And we prefer, you know, not big crowds and staying home or just going out on our little road trips. So
yeah. So let's talk about the future of where the channel may or will go.
yes, we want to eventually get out of Nevada too with driving.
Well, yeah, so right now we're using my 2005 Chevy Trailblazer to do most of the trips. And the SUV has almost 165,000 miles on it. So I think probably in the near future, we're going to be not necessarily getting rid of the truck, but moving up. We're going to actually
Get a truck with a bed.
Get an actual truck that we can tow a boat or a camper. We do have a boat we haven't used in many, many years because it's got an issue. But our goal moving forward is to buy a camping trailer. That's an immediate need in my eyes. We both want to go do some camping.
We both used to do a lot of camping until
Yeah.
we moved to Nevada, and life just got busy and we didn't have the time.
And what you have to understand is that we don't live in an area where you can throw a tent down and I mean, you can. It's just probably not in your best interest. Plus, we're not young anymore. You know?
Old.
And so I'm not down to be sleeping on the ground. I did that shit in the military, and I don't want to be doing it anymore. So we are going to be looking at a camping trailer. We do have some specific needs because we do have
Some animals.
some animals.
We won't be taking all of them on our adventures.
Yes.
A couple here and there, and then
We
get
we
pet
have
sitters.
we have 7 cats and a dog, and
4 of them are over 10. They're old,
yeah, they're older.
all rescue animals.
So
We don't hoard.
the ones that we will be taking with us are the more well-behaved,
And also like road trips.
and are not afraid of a car, right?
Some of our animals panic. Our dog panics in the car.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. We initially thought about a tent trailer, but I just don't think with animals, if we're going to go out and explore the area, I just don't think that a tent trailer is the right answer. It might be the cheapest answer, but I don't think it's the right answer long term. And we don't want to be buying a new trailer every 2 years.
No.
It's a one and done, in my eyes, until it starts falling apart, and then it's
So
time
we thought
to get
too,
it new.
because of the tent trailer, we are, like we said, getting older and having something that you have to manipulate every time you want to take it out.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and you can't really store much in it while you're traveling with it. So I think an actual camping trailer is the way to go. Moving on, we're going to buy a drone, hopefully within the next couple of months, to enhance the video opportunities or capabilities of the channel. It'll allow us to fly into an area and do some recon before we hoof it in.
Yeah, because some places, you know, we can get our truck on these. There are so many back trails that are fairly well maintained. But then there are other places that, especially in the summer, you don't want to invest a lot of time hiking into if you're not going to be able to walk around easily. So the drone will allow us to look at things beforehand, and plus too, these aerial views of some of the old mine sites. Like, for instance, we went to the mine we went to yesterday, the Quartz Mountain mine, and like most of the areas around the actual shafts and the head frames, they're all fenced off, which is perfectly fine and safe. But flying over it would have been pretty cool to be able to see down into the shafts a little more, because I could stand up as high as I could on rocks and try to look down into, but obviously couldn't see the full scope of what could actually.
Let's not spoil too much about yesterday. It was a good trip. It wasn't very fruitful, but it was a good trip.
For rock hounding, it wasn't fruitful.
So we should probably wrap it up here really soon. I want to keep it down around 20 minutes. So we are planning to do more. Bear with us as we roll through this and learn YouTube and editing and how to use our cameras and our microphones and whatnot. And I think that's probably where you should maybe show some of your stuff that you got yesterday.
Or do you want to save that for the video?
We'll save that.
I will tell you, we didn't find much in the form of rocks, but we found several interesting trash piles from the old mining times. So, in digging through that, finding bits of treasure.
Yeah, and we'll save the rest for the video later today. Hopefully later today. And we look forward to doing this adventure with you guys. I know I'm looking forward to it.
I am.
I know she wants to travel. So,
and I want to travel locally.
Yeah.
I feel it's important to really.
Our plan is to start off here in northern Nevada and veer out away from here eventually.
Like toward eastern Nevada, southern Nevada, and then maybe hit the other surrounding
maybe spend
states.
some time in the California areas.
But there's a lot in eastern Nevada we have not seen.
Yeah, we haven't ventured out that far because I just don't really trust the SUV to make it and get me back. So anyways, let's wrap it up. Like I said, we're looking forward to this. I hope you guys are too. Please follow along. If you haven't yet, please push that subscribe button and click that little bell notification so that you'll get a notification every time we go live or upload a new video. Thanks.